Chosen one, this is not a random message. It's a divine interruption. There's a portal in time, a window that heaven has opened just for you. But if you wait, if you hesitate, you might miss what God designed with your name on it. Warning, some people will ignore this and lose everything. Others will act and walk into their miracle. Which one will you be? Backhand index pointing right, like, subscribe, and comment 99. Right now to amplify this prophetic message and claim your shift. Let's begin. There comes a moment in every person's life when the atmosphere around them begins to feel different. It is not always loud. It is not always announced with thunder or dramatic signs. But something shifts. It is a quiet pull in your spirit, a feeling that whispers, now is the time. Many people pray for signs. They ask the heavens to give them a confirmation that they are on the right path. They want to know when to begin, when to speak, when to move forward. But what happens when the answer to your prayer is already in front of you? There is a divine truth that often goes unnoticed. Sometimes, God is no longer waiting to answer your prayer. He is waiting for you to respond. The invitation has already been sent. The light has already turned green. The moment is already open. This is that moment. You may have felt uncertain. You may have told yourself, maybe I need more time, or maybe I am not ready yet. But readiness is not always about perfection. God is not calling perfect people. He is calling available hearts. He is not waiting for you to be fearless. He is asking for your trust. Opportunities that come from heaven are wrapped in divine timing. They are not random. They are not based on luck or coincidence. They are placed specifically in your path, chosen and prepared in advance. But like all moments, they are sensitive. They carry weight, and they respond to action. If you have been feeling a pressure inside you, a burning thought that will not leave, an idea that keeps returning to you in your quietest hours, that is not your imagination. That is divine guidance. The spiritual realm is aligning something for you, but it requires your agreement. Your decision is the key that unlocks the next chapter. Your willingness is the yes that opens the next door. Delaying does not cancel your purpose, but it can slow your progress. And right now, the energy around you is shifting fast. It is not meant to create fear. It is meant to activate your boldness. This is a holy signal to prepare, to act, and to rise. You are not behind. You are right on time. But this window will not remain open forever. And that is why this message is not just another message. It is a sacred nudge from God. It is the voice of truth reminding you that the timing is no longer waiting for you. Now, you must respond to it. The season has changed. The moment is now. Let your action match your faith. What you do in this time will define the breakthrough you are about to walk into. Your obedience will be the reason heaven moves on your behalf. There is a powerful spiritual truth that often gets overlooked in the journey of life. Everything has a divine time. No matter how talented, how called, or how deeply connected someone is to the Spirit, if the timing is not right, the result will not carry the fullness of God's purpose. In the kingdom of heaven, timing is not just about minutes or hours. It is about alignment. It is about being positioned not only physically, but also emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, in the exact moment when God is moving. Sometimes people become discouraged because they are working hard and praying deeply, but they are not seeing results. This can create confusion and doubt. However, the problem is not always about the effort or the intention. Many times it is about timing. It is not that God has said no. It is simply that heaven is preparing the right moment. Imagine a fruit tree. Even if you water it every day and protect it with great care, it will not produce fruit until the season arrives. You cannot force it. You cannot rush it. But when the season comes, the tree will give its harvest freely, naturally, and abundantly. That is how divine timing works. When the timing is right, everything will come together in a way that feels peaceful, powerful, and purposeful. It will not require forcing. It will flow. That is how you will know it is God. But here is the deeper truth. You must be ready to respond when the timing is revealed. Some opportunities are not permanent. They are divine windows. When they open, you are expected to move. When they close, that specific moment may not come again in the same way. This is why spiritual awareness is so important. God speaks through nudges, patterns, confirmations, dreams, people, and even silence. If your spirit is aligned with Him, you will begin to sense the shift. You will recognize when it is time to move, speak, start, or even wait. Timing is not a test of your skill. It is a test of your trust. Can you trust God even when you cannot see what is coming next? Can you move forward even when the full picture is not visible yet? When you act in divine timing, you step into grace. You move with heavenly backing. You begin to see doors open that you did not knock on. You meet people who feel like they were sent just for you. You begin to feel peace in your soul because you are walking in sync with divine order. So remember this always. Your calling is real, but the key to unlocking it is timing. Be sensitive, stay faithful, and trust the process. When the time is right, what belongs to you will not miss you. You were not late. You were being prepared. And now the time is drawing near. Throughout the Bible, there are many examples where God gave people a specific moment to act, and those who moved in obedience received divine favor, while those who delayed missed the opportunity. One of the most powerful stories that speaks about timing and divine doors is the story of Noah and the ark. In the book of Genesis, God warned Noah about a coming flood. He gave him detailed instructions on how to build an ark, not just to save himself, but to preserve life on earth. Noah had never seen rain like what God described. There was no sign of danger in the sky, yet he chose to obey. He did not argue. He did not ask for more signs. He simply acted on the word he received. And because of that obedience, he was able to prepare before the storm arrived. But here is the part most people overlook. When the time came, God Himself shut the door of the ark. That was not just a physical act. It was a spiritual message. The open invitation had a limit. The moment of grace had a boundary. Those who believed and entered were saved. Those who waited too long were left outside. The closing of that door represents something powerful for all of us. It shows us that divine moments do not remain open forever. God offers time, warnings, and instructions, but He also gives deadlines. Not because He is unkind, but because He is just. God's timing is rooted in wisdom and purpose. When a door is open, it is not just for comfort or convenience. It is a divine setup for something greater. But when the door closes, it is not a punishment. It is a shift in the spiritual season. It means that what was once accessible is no longer available in the same way. Today, many people are standing near spiritual doors that are open. Opportunities, assignments, relationships, and callings are being presented. But some are waiting for everything to be perfect. They are watching the weather instead of listening to the Spirit. They are waiting for signs when the instructions have already been given. The lesson from Noah's story is very clear: move when God says move. Even if you do not fully understand it, even if it does not make sense to others, your obedience activates protection, favor, and elevation. There is a reason why God speaks before storms. He wants his chosen ones to be prepared, not panicked. He wants you to walk through the door before it closes. If something inside you is telling you to act now, that is not fear, that is discernment. The spiritual clock is moving. You are not meant to stay stuck. You are meant to move forward before the season changes. Because when God closes a door, no one can open it again except Him. And by then, the moment may already be gone. So move while the door is open. If you've been feeling fire restless at night, fire a strange pressure in your chest, fire sudden urges to take action, fire strong dreams or repeated numbers, that's not anxiety. That's not coincidence. That's the Holy Spirit prompting you to move. This is confirmation, not coincidence. Now that you are aware of the importance of divine timing, the question is this: what should you do now? How can you respond to this spiritual truth in a way that aligns with your destiny and honors the voice of God? The first thing you must do is become still and listen. In a world filled with constant movement, noise, and distraction, many people miss the voice of God because they are not quiet enough to hear it. Take time each day to sit in silence, not just to speak to God, but to let God speak to you. Wisdom often arrives in moments of stillness. The second step is to examine your spirit. Ask yourself, is my heart open? Am I truly ready to move if God calls me? Many people say they are ready, but in truth, they are holding on to fear, doubt, or past pain. Release what is not serving your future. Let go of old disappointments and make space for something new. You cannot walk into a new door carrying the weight of yesterday. Next, write down the nudges and impressions that you feel. God speaks in many ways, through thoughts, dreams, scriptures, and even simple feelings of peace or urgency. If something keeps returning to your heart again and again, do not ignore it. That may be your confirmation. Journaling your spiritual impressions can help you track divine patterns and prepare your next step. Also, you must take small steps in faith. You do not need to see the full picture to begin. Sometimes, the act of moving forward in obedience causes the next part of the plan to be revealed. If you wait until everything feels perfect, you may wait forever. Start with what you have. Begin with what you know. Move even if you feel afraid, and trust that God will meet you along the way. Another important step is to surround yourself with people who speak life and truth. The voices around you matter. If you are constantly surrounded by fear, doubt, or negativity, it will be harder to hear the voice of God clearly. Choose to stay connected with those who encourage your spiritual growth, who pray for you, and who believe in your calling. Finally, pray for divine alignment. Ask God not just to bless your plans, but to align you with His. Say, God, I do not want to rush ahead of you, and I do not want to stay behind. Lead me in perfect timing. That simple prayer can position your heart to move in harmony with heaven. This is your moment to prepare, to listen, and to respond. You have been given this message for a reason. It is not by chance. It is not random. It is a divine signal that something is unfolding, and you are being called to rise with it. Now is the time to act in faith. Heaven is waiting for your yes. Chosen one, listen. You've waited long enough. No more delay. No more fear. No more excuses. The enemy tried to distract you. The world tried to shame you. But God says, backhand index pointing right, I have seen your tears. Backhand index pointing right, I have counted your silent nights. Backhand index pointing right, I have tested your heart. And now, I approve your launch. The breakthrough is near, but you must walk toward it. Before you scroll away, this is your moment. This is your portal. Speaking heads, speak it out loud. And type in the comments right now. Backhand index pointing right, 99. I will not miss my moment. I will act now. Pushpin like this video. Pushpin subscribe for more prophetic insight. Pushpin comment 99 to amplify this divine message into your life. Time is moving and so must you. This is not the end. It's the beginning if you act now.